So, greetings everybody. Just got a bunch of things to update, kind of give you a heads up about what's coming here. So, as you might be able to see, we are back in the RV. If you recognize my background, and both of us are super thrilled to be back in our tiny home after 6 months of stationary living. We'll still be stationary until the fall. We're paid up here until the fall, so we'll be spending the summer here in Wisconsin. But anyway, great to be back and more or less able to do videos again and start doing some wandering. But first of all, after almost 4 years, I was able to repay Terri with an April Fool's prank. She had burned me years ago when we were in Valley of the Gods, Utah, with a mountain lion prank on April Fool's. And I've just never had the opportunity to repay that. So, as luck would have it, I had my second COVID vaccine on April Fool's Day. So, I texted her after I'd gotten my shot to let her know that I was in line to get it. And then in the meantime, I made arrangements with my sister in Wichita, Kansas. I thought my sister could maybe imitate a nurse's, a different voice. My sister is a nurse actually, but it turned out she had friends at her house, and one of her friends volunteered to be my nurse, so to speak. So I made a phone call and got the quote-unquote nurse on the phone with me, and then I conferenced Terri in. And I told Terri, I said, I'm okay, honey, but I'm a little dizzy after this shot. They may have to keep me here. And I said, here, I'll let the nurse explain. And so, in the meantime, Terry's like trying to turn off the TV and everything, because she's at my daughter's house. She was taking care of the dogs there. I'm sitting in the RV. She thinks I'm in the hospital. And so that's where I'd gotten my shot. And anyway, so my sister's friend playing the nurse did a fantastic job. Terri finally is ready to take the information, And the nurse says, well, your husband's had a reaction. He's suffering from anaphylactic shock. And then she pauses. And there's sort of silence, and then Terri goes, anal? And the so-called nurse goes, yes, basically your husband is an asshole. So Terri knew then, of course, that it was an April Fool's joke, and she enjoyed it, laughed about it. We got a big kick out of the whole thing. So anyway, we've evened that score after 4 or 5 years, however long ago that was. So, as far as what we're going to do going forward, I'm going to try and get some steel surfing in. And one of the things that I wanted to do this year is upgrade equipment a little bit so that we can do 4K. So I got a 4K camera, which I'm shooting with now, and then also swapped out my drone. I sold my DJI Spark drone and got another DJI drone called Mini 2, and I'm just getting used to operating it, but it is fantastic. It's unbelievably stable, very fast, long battery life, incredible distance on this thing. So I'm going to get some steel surfing in and get some video of that here shortly. It may be a while before I can get editing done and all of that on it, but I did go to check out the place I'm going to catch out. I'm going to go to Chicago, and then from Chicago I'll go southwest. And so I wanted to check out the place that I can catch out to get to Chicago. And as luck would have it, when I showed up there was a train sitting there, and it would have been the one that I would have hopped on for sure. But anyway, fascinating thing I had never seen before, and that was the mid-train DPU was running when I walked up to the edge of the tracks, and then all of a sudden that engine just completely shut off. And I've never seen that. And so I sat there a while, and then the train changed crews and got ready to go, and that engine started back up again. And it's got an air starter, so there were alarms going off, and then you could hear the air starter, and the whole thing was really, really pretty cool. So anyway, long story short, we're back in the RV. There will be some steel surfing coming first, and then we'll be back to our regular travels here as we get through the summer. And so we've both been fully vaccinated, and hope that all of you have been, or are at least on the list somewhere, and that you are all well. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again shortly. I've never seen before is one of these mid-train DPUs suddenly shutting off, which is what this one just did. Right while I was standing here. So we'll see if we can hear it start back up.